So hello everyone, welcome to ACM Spring Kickoff. We are super excited to tell you all about the events we have planned this quarter, some opportunities we have coming up this quarter. But first, we're going to welcome our guests at Optiver to speak. So I'm going to pass off to Uday, who's going to introduce them.
Hey everyone, my name is Uday from Sponsorship, and I'm proud to be able to introduce our speaker from our spring kickoff sponsor, Optiver. Optiver is a global proprietary market maker trading on all major financial markets around the world. Our speaker, Randall Lawrence, has been with Optiver for 12 years and has been the trader education lead for the past 5. He's responsible for their trader education program that all traders and software engineers participate in before they get started on a team. Randall has a unique background as an actuarial scientist and loves bringing in new Optivarians from diverse STEM backgrounds. During his talk, you will learn about the ins and outs of Optiver and how your unique skill sets can contribute to their software engineer or quantitative trader team. Now, with minimal further ado, here's Randall.
Hey everyone. First off, I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I want to thank ACM again for inviting us to your kickoff. It's really an honor to be here. My name is Randall Lawrence, and I'm here to talk to you about a career in quantitative finance. But before I start, I want you guys to all do a little exercise with me. I want you to think of the number between 0 and 100 that represents how sure you are about the job you want after graduating. How confident are you that you know what it is you want to do? Now, for some of you, that might already be quite high. For others, it might not be. When I was sitting where you are right now, I honestly would have answered 0. I had no idea what I wanted to do. And I'm here to tell you the story of my journey from total uncertainty towards finding the perfect career for me. Now, the purpose here is to help shed some light on an industry that doesn't really get a lot of attention. So hopefully I can help you figure out if a career in the trading world is right for you. But first, a little bit of a background about my firm, Optiver. We are a proprietary options market making firm. And as a proprietary firm, that means we have no clients or customers. We trade with our own capital and for our own benefit. So it means we do what we want, when we want, and how we want. Now, I'm not going to get too deep tonight into the weeds of what exactly an options market maker is, but I will say it's a strategy that aims to improve the health of the markets by providing a risk mitigation service to other participants. So trading sometimes gets a bad reputation in Hollywood and the media for being predatory or antagonistic to the objectives of the public, but that's really not the case for market making. An analogy I like to use a lot here is to compare it to a grocery store. Now, in much the same way that grocery stores might compete with each other for business, their existence and their competition internally tends to lead to better quality of life for both food producers and consumers in the long run. Another point about market making is that it tends to be a relatively low variance strategy when compared to other trading strategies. Our company just celebrated its 35th anniversary, and we've been profitable every year of our existence, no matter what the market conditions are. We have just over 1,000 employees globally across 5 different offices. I'm from the Chicago office, but we also have offices in Sydney, Amsterdam, London, Shanghai, and that asterisk there is just to denote that we actually have a 6th office opening up later this year in Austin. Now, our Chicago office has close to 300 employees currently, but it's worth noting that only about 1/3 of them are classified as traders. We have almost exactly as many software engineers and developers as traders, and we also have data science, quant research, and risk teams within the company. So I'm going to speak tonight about what it's like to work at a trading firm, but I want you guys to remember that that doesn't just mean as only a trader specifically. And now I'll get into my journey that I promised you. So I started here immediately upon graduating from the University of Illinois back in 2009. Optiver is still the only company that I've ever worked for in my post-collegiate career. I began as a trader, but after 7 years, I transitioned to become the head of the education department. And as mentioned, now I'm responsible for all of Optiver's trader-related training. So I focus on the trading side, but it also does include other teams, software developers, risk analysts, quants, data scientists. Basically, both full-time and interns start their careers by taking my class. I teach option theory, and we practice trading in our simulated trading environment. We invest quite a bit upfront to teach all of our new hires and equip them with the tools that they'll need to succeed once they join production. I naturally also work with the recruiting team a lot to help design things like our candidate profiles, our interview process, and as you can see, I help lead a lot of our campus outreach initiatives. Now, once upon a time, spending your entire career with the same firm like I have was the default path, but that's not really nearly as common nowadays. But honestly, I can't really imagine doing anything else. I wake up every day very eager to go to work. And at the same time, I was this close to not even knowing that this world existed. I'd imagine most of you had never even heard of Optiver before tonight. And if I'm being honest, at the time I applied for the job, neither had I. So in college, I could barely pick a major, let alone a career. Initially, I tried chemical engineering for a bit as a freshman, the sole reason being it was listed as the top paying engineering specialty at the time, but I didn't really like it. Eventually, I switched to actuarial science, but again, only because it was the top hit when I Googled things like mathematical interest, high job satisfaction, and good compensation. But I wasn't really passionate about that field either. And after I completed an actuarial science internship, I knew I did not want to do that for the rest of my career. And by senior year, I was still sort of lost, feeling discouraged and really running out of time. Luckily, I came across Optiver at a career fair, and from that point on, it just kind of felt meant to be. I knew nothing about trading, and I had no friends in the industry. There aren't even any trading majors, but I was still instantly hooked. I knew in my gut that this was the career for me. I want everyone to be able to experience that feeling. If you already have, that's amazing. But if, like me, you hadn't at this point in your college life, maybe you just haven't been looking in the right place. So I've spent a lot of time reliving that journey in my head, trying to understand exactly why trading felt like such a good fit, why I've stayed at my company for so long, and why I didn't get that same amount of meaning from all the other fields that I had tried. I've asked interns and trainees what attracted them to the field, and I've compiled a lot of that feedback over the years, and there are just a few threads that really keep coming up over and over and over. So why trading? The first thread is the challenge. People who love their jobs say over and over, they want to be in an environment where they're encouraged to learn, grow, and given opportunities to use their skills to solve tough problems. I describe trading as the professional sports of mathematics. Now, all of my life, I was a competitive problem solver. In high school, I entered every single math competition that I could find. I still, to this day, love games like chess and poker. I knew what territories were the best to own and risk, and I knew which properties were the best to build monopolies on, hotels on in Monopoly. So as long as it involved math, strategy, speed, and most importantly, some form of scoreboard, you could find me there. I had finally found in trading an environment where it felt like I fit. I'm surrounded now by the best and brightest people that I've ever met. We're competing in what feels like a video game against other talented firms in an iterated contest. In much the same way that sports are never truly solved, trading challenges you to constantly improve and evolve. In the trading world, what worked today may not work tomorrow. That means you have to continually innovate in order to thrive. Just like games and sports, no 2 days are ever alike, and every single day presents a new opportunity. With the other careers I was exploring, it just felt like I was going to be locked in a repetitive, stale, unimaginative process. Additionally, people want to work for a company that's invested in their success, not just its own. So I came from a math background, but I had never heard of an option contract when I started my first day as an options trader. I had never taken that many CS courses either, but none of that affected my ability to learn and to make an impact from day one. I got all the training I needed on the job, and I got help every step of the way. I've grown my skill stack considerably over the years in a number of ways, many of which I didn't even see coming. I've become a better mathematician, a better programmer, a teacher, a mentor, and a teammate, and I'm sure I'm forgetting plenty more. So while we invest in things like technology and infrastructure here, we have to invest even more in our people. I just spoke about how our success is dependent upon constant innovation. The only way you can achieve that is with a talented, maturing workforce. My full-time job is a testament to that. For the last 5 years, I've been devoted exclusively to employee training and development. Our people are what give us a competitive advantage, and we're going to do everything we can to keep it that way. Now, too often in most of the other careers, and what you probably heard from people you know, is that employees feel like they're expected to sacrifice everything for the sake of their company with no reciprocity. That's just not the case for me. It's also important that employees are given responsibility, autonomy, and the ability to make an impact. People want to get meaningful decision-making authority. They want to be able to make their own choices, and they want to have those choices matter. I can't even really imagine how any other industry could compete with quantitative finance here. So nowhere that I've ever heard is the decision-making feedback loop quicker or clearer than in the trading industry. At the end of the day, we have a P&L, we have a profitability of our trades that provides a quantifiable metric that we use to evaluate our performance. If a trader implements a new strategy, we get to see if it works. If a developer makes an improvement to the code of one of our applications, we see if it makes more money. And perhaps just as exciting, our employees gain that responsibility very quickly in their careers. Our tech interns are already implementing new features and pushing code changes into production. Our traders join production teams after my class and are making trades within weeks. And at a roughly 300-person office, we also fit into what I feel is kind of the sweet spot where we're big enough to have all of the resources and can do anything we want, but we're still small enough where every single person makes a difference. Most of our tech and trading teams are in the neighborhood of 5 to 20 people. So everyone at the company has the chance and is encouraged to become the best at the company in something that's vital to our overall success. In most of the other things that I was exploring, it was common to feel like a meaningless cog in a machine somewhere, not receiving a lot of feedback and just simply taking orders from a manager with no visibility into how you fit into the overall company objective. And it probably takes years or maybe decades to climb through some bureaucratic structure to the point where you actually get any decision-making authority. And lastly, people obviously want to be appreciated and compensated for their work. Now, while money isn't everything, no honest discussion about a career journey would be complete without at least touching on the subject. Everyone expects that there should be a relationship between performance and compensation, but sadly, in a lot of fields, that's simply just not the case. Optiver, however, and many other trading firms operate on profit sharing models. At the end of the year, the company's total profit is the number one most important thing about determining the bonuses of all of the employees. And what makes Optiver even more unique within this field is just how transparent and deterministic it is. So everyone at the company has access to the company's balance sheet, and each employee knows exactly what his or her share of the overall profit pool, meaning compensation isn't just some black box, but that company success actually is tied to your success as well. And I can't overstate how beneficial this incentive alignment structure is to the culture of the company. I've worked very hard over my 12-year career, and I've seen the company grow quite a bit along the way. And because of this profit sharing model, my growth and the company's growth have a compounding effect on my pay. My first year compensation was already higher than any of the other offers I was considering, but it's actually doubled several times throughout my career, and I'm not an exception here. So I love a lot of what I do naturally, but it does feel really good to work for a company that wants to celebrate its success with me. So a job well done at most companies usually gets you something like a thank you note from your boss, but in the trading world, you'll see that reflected in your paycheck. Now, so far, I've focused almost exclusively on what aspects of the culture drew me to trading, but I haven't really talked too much about what it exactly is that we do. And while I don't have time to teach you everything about derivative contracts or market making, usually that takes place in my 10-week course, I do want to give you a broad overview of the types of problems that we have to work on at a company like Optiver. Hopefully this will allow you to appreciate both the diversity of challenges we face, as well as all the skill sets that we need. At a high level, I want you to picture trading as a global competition of robots playing high-stakes video games against each other. That's honestly what it feels like, and if that sounds like fun, you might belong at a trading company. Now, the objective is obvious: buy low, sell high, but As you can imagine, it's a bit more complicated than that in practice. So I'm going to break it into a few pieces here. The first pillar we have is pricing. If you're going to be buying or selling anything, it should be obvious that the first thing you need to do is figure out what these things are worth. You may have even heard of some famous equations like Black-Scholes that are used to price option contracts, but those equations they're not perfect. And making improvements to those pricing models is a never-ending process. And it gives you a tremendous advantage over your competitors if you can do it well. So if you're into advanced calculus and probability, you might have a lot of fun building pricing models for a trading algorithm. But it's not enough to just figure out what something is worth now. That's only the first step. You then have to figure out where it's going. And that means predicting the future. Predicting the future is a data science problem. Trading firms have to be able to recognize patterns, build, backtest, and deploy algorithms to make decisions based on what they predict will happen. So if you're interested in the world of AI and machine learning, predicting the moves of financial instruments is about as tough as it gets. Now, the next pillar is execution. I mentioned that trading feels like a battle of robots because in practice, almost no trades are done by hand anymore. That means not only do you have to outsmart your opponent with better strategy, but you also have to encode that strategy into an algorithm. To add even more complexity, this game is being played continuously and simultaneously around the world, and speed is of paramount importance. So this becomes a game theory problem, a computer science problem, and an engineering problem, all rolled into one. You have to aggregate data from all around the world, combine it automatically and efficiently, and then use it to make the right decisions. And you have to do it better and faster than anyone else. So it requires programmers, FPGA engineers, network specialists, you name it, but hopefully all of whom have a little bit of a competitive streak in them. And then the last pillar is evaluation. So one of the frustrating things about probability is that it's hard to really ever truly know whether you were right or wrong about something. So if you predicted that a trade would have an 80% chance of making money, but you end up losing, does that mean you actually made a bad decision? Or did you just get unlucky? Maybe you missed something when you made your prediction in the first place. Now, we obviously have profit to guide us here, but we have to be very deliberate about how we grade decision-making in the presence of variance. We spend a lot of time in this area trying to develop metrics and evaluate our own performance in our quest for constant improvement. It's not an accident that I used a lot of titles in this picture that relate to a lot of the names of various majors. The lack of a specific trading major doesn't mean that there's no route leading into the industry. To the contrary, it actually means that any route can lead into this industry. I know this was a short presentation, but I hope you still found it informative. And if I've managed to pique your interest, I encourage you to reach out and learn more about the industry. Visit our website and find us on social media. And before I wrap up, let me remind you that at the end of this meeting, the ACM board is going to be randomly selecting 5 winners to receive an Optiver swag bag. So if you end up being one of the winners, just be on the lookout for an email this week that provides you the link to claim your prize. Also, we will be sending out an email to everyone with links on how to apply to Optiver if you'd like. Thanks again for having us. It's been a lot of fun. We will be back in the fall for a tech talk, so be on the lookout for that. All right, enjoy the rest of your day and good luck with the rest of the school year.
Thanks, Randall, for that awesome presentation, and I hope you all enjoy this window into Optiver as much as we did. Please feel free to check out our raffle with those swag bags also provided by Optiver, and they'll be also taking resumes for internship consideration within the raffle link seen on screen. Back to you, Casey.
Also stick around to the end. We'll be drawing names so you can find out if you won. All right, and moving on. So if you have not checked in yet, we have the check-in code, and it is ACM loves you more. For those of you who are having a little bit of problems with checking in, it should be fixed now so you can check in and get your points. And next we'll be going on to the communities who will be presenting what they'll be working on this quarter. So the first community is ACM AI.
Hi everyone, my name's Stone. I am the current president of ACM AI. Our slogan is beat, boot, meet more, or whatever. But today I'm going to talk about basically what ACM AI is about and what our goal is and what we have planned for this quarter effectively. So our general model is basically we aspire to inspire the next generation of AI advocates, engineers, and scientists, and we're trying to do this through workshops, through competitions, through networking, and so much more. Just a quick look at our community. We have about 400 plus members on our own Discord. There's tons of talk from people giving advice on AI topics, courses, and more. There's a diverse mix of interests within AI, from the more classical tools to computer vision, NLP, to even different domains, including material science, physics, computer vision, etc. And we're also consisting of a really diverse group of people, from undergrads and grad students in data science, bioinformatics, cognitive science, and computer science. And we believe this is a community that you guys should join because it's a great opportunity to network with a diverse group of people and find new potential opportunities. Just a couple events for this quarter. So we're going to be having advanced workshops, intro and advanced workshops on TensorFlow/PyTorch to get you guys, teach you guys how to really include deep learning in your work. We'll also be teaching different types of model architectures, including GANs. We also have a workshop on how to hack AI, which is in collaboration with Acm Cyber. We'll also be having awesome seminars on AI from your very own professors, and that is to be determined. And as usual, we'll also have an AI reading group in the weekends where we'll have someone lead and discuss a particular paper, maybe as recent, and just talk about the AI parts of it. We'll also continue to have our fun competitions, and importantly, we also continue from last quarter our project system. So our project system, like many of the other project systems, is a way for you to develop a cool project. Something that's show-worthy, you can put on your resume or anything or showcase your recruiters, or try to actually create some kind of change or cause some kind of impact. So all projects within AI are basically AI-centric projects. Just a quick look at last quarter, participants worked on a fun reinforcement learning agent for a popular mobile app, and another group worked on a generative adversarial network for medical imaging augmentation. Last quarter, unfortunately, we had to keep teams limited and requirements very high. So this quarter, we'll be relaxing those requirements a lot more. So expect a little bit easier to get accepted into the program. You will still need to apply, which we'll talk about later. And just to note, we definitely prioritize applicants who have not participated before. And we prioritize applicants who show strong motivation. And we're also looking for people who most likely can complete a project matching their skill level and experience. Next slide, we just have a couple links. Make sure to join our Discord at acmurl.com/ai-disc, and make sure to check our website at that link. We highly encourage you to also register an account there, because through that, you can get access to our newsletter and tons of lot of information. On the last slide, we're also going to have board applications. So we have people graduating and stuff, so we're always looking for new people to join our team. We have open roles for developer, event lead, marketing, and sponsorship. This spring quarter, our director and president applications will be released later. To hear information about that, please join our Discord to be in the loop of the exact details. I will now hand it off over to Aaron, representing Acm Cyber.
Good morning, gamers. Acm Cyber is an ACM community focusing on exploring topics, and you guessed it, cybersecurity, as well as being the #1 resource on campus for those looking to prepare for a career in the cyber industry. In a nutshell, ACM Cyber is the largest computer security organization on campus, acting as a de facto home for those who wish to hone their hacking skills. We also have many programs designed to take you from a complete beginner to an exploitation master, all while preparing you for a potential career in one of the hottest industries in tech. We host events every week, ranging from technical interactive workshops to Q&A panels with accomplished industry professionals to seminars with illustrious guest speakers. Last quarter, we had Nima Moshiri, of course, and the modern vintage gamer. That was a fun workshop. We also have 2 teams that regularly compete in high-profile capture the flag competitions with openings at all skill levels, including complete beginners. But the bottom line is that ACM Cyber will train you to become a better hacker. So here's a quick rundown on some events that are just around the corner for us. The very first ACM Cyber event of the quarter is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Join us using the link acmurl.com/cyber to learn all about how to decode and understand shell code, whatever that is, and to make it a hacker's best friend. Next week, we're looking at an industry panel specializing in cyber law, who will answer your questions about the line between good and evil hackers and whether or not you can actually download that software, et cetera, et cetera. You guessed it. These technical cyber events will continue every single week on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. throughout the quarter using that same link, acmurl.com/cyber. To stay constantly on top of the events we host throughout the quarter, as well as hear about opportunities we will provide our members, sign up for our exclusive shiny newsletter using the link acmurl.com/joincyber. There's one last event everybody at ACM Cyber is extremely excited about. As an ACM member, we invite you to our first ever annual San Diego CTF. This yearly large-scale cybersecurity competition allows us to train our members, build our internal resources, and give back to the greater cybersecurity community. The event will take place on the weekend of week 7 of this very spring quarter, from May 7th to May 9th, a full 48-hour competition. This is our single largest event of the year, and we encourage participation from all ACM communities, from all of UCSD, and from teams all across the world. You can visit our sleek website, sdc.tf, for more information and to pre-register for more details as we grow closer to the main event. In the meantime, we can say that even if you have participated in a capture the flag competition before, and even if you haven't, this competition will be unlike anything you have ever experienced. The event will take place entirely on Discord, where you may be now, facilitated by a one-of-a-kind custom Discord bot that we have been developing in-house for months. There will be over 30 unique challenges across 6 categories covering all of cybersecurity and computer science. Players of all experience levels are encouraged to participate in the games and make friends along the way. We are also extremely excited to announce our first ever ACM Cyber Scholarship, the first of its kind here at ACM UCSD. This year's scholarship will provide 3 fully paid vouchers to take the CompTIA Security Plus exam, one of the most sought after certifications in the industry. There are multiple ways that ACM Cyber members can qualify for this scholarship. You can participate and perform in our new certification study sessions, information to come soon. You can also attend our workshops and events, including socials. Just by coming and showing up, you are entered in for a chance to win. Or you can even be a top performer in the many competition teams of ACM Cyber, such as the National Cyber League or CCDC, both of which just happened this weekend. So stay tuned to our newsletter and Discord for more information as the quarter progresses. Finally, I wanted to let you know about our board elections. Are you interested in keeping ACM Cyber the best cyber experience on campus? Do you want to compete, organize, design, and create our content for next year? Then lead the pack by joining ACM Cyber as one of our beloved goons by going to acmurl.com/cyberelections. It's on your screen. You can submit an application to join one of our vital communities and help keep us running into the next year. The deadline for this application is April 9th at 1:59 p.m. So please start early and help us continue to make ACM Cyber the best cyber experience on campus. That's all for cyber today. So thank you for listening. You can find us at all these social medias. So just pick one you prefer and stick with it. Or you can sign up for our extremely high quality newsletter and you'll never miss anything. That's the Join Cyber link. Oh, and don't forget to drop into the heart of our community, our Discord server. That's acmurl/cyber discord. That's it from me. I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to Garrett so he can talk about ACM Hack. Yes, they like to code.
Yes, we do like to code. So I'm Garrett. I'm one of the co-presidents of ACM Hack. And as we say here, we do software engineering stuff. So about us, our focus is teaching you how to build applications. So any type of application, web application, mobile applications. And we host workshops on a variety of topics and relevant technologies. And also we help you build your own projects and get started on that. So our Discord is here. We have 350 plus people. So if you just go here in this link to join. So for this quarter, I want to talk about our projects program. So last quarter, we sort of started our projects program, and this quarter, we're going to keep going with that. So this is designed to be a very beginner-friendly program. So if you think you're not qualified enough for ACM general projects, our projects program is basically going to be kind of like a stepping stone for people who haven't really made projects before and want to get started. Last quarter, we used the MERN stack to build basic web applications. And this quarter, we'll keep doing that, but we'll also be incorporating mobile apps as well. So if you want to do mobile development instead of web development, if you have some kind of interest in that, then you can do that as well. So next up, our upcoming events. So we have a Hack Mobile workshop series teaching you how to build mobile apps in Flutter. So I'll be teaching that along with some other technical event leads. And yeah, this is designed to sort of integrate with projects as well to help you build your mobile app. In terms of events that are coming up like very soon, we have the Clean Code Workshop Tuesday, so that's tomorrow at 4 p.m. taught by Shravan. So come to that to learn how to write clean code and get a better job. I don't know. Anyway, other topics we'll be including Docker and Kubernetes, Vim, meme languages for some fun, coding interview stuff, and much more. So be sure to come to our workshops this quarter. And lastly, I want to talk about our board applications. So applications for next year's ACM Hack Board are now open. So we're looking for technical event leads to help plan and lead workshops. So if you're interested in sort of teaching what you know and you want to sort of share your knowledge with other people, then be sure to apply. It's a very flexible role. You can choose what topics you want to teach. So if you don't know a certain topic, then just don't teach it. And if you really want to teach a certain topic, then you can do that. Other roles may open up as well later in the year, but for now, this is our currently the only role that's open. So if you want to apply, then go to acmurl.com/apply-hack and just fill out the form. And next up, I'll pass it off to Praneet to introduce ACM Innovate.
Hey everyone, my name is Praneet and I'm this year's ACM Innovate president. I'm here to give you all some updates on what Innovate has planned for this quarter. But before I get into that, I wanted to discuss what ACM Innovate is. So we're a suborg of ACM with the goal of fostering a spirit of entrepreneurship and innovation at UCSD by developing a community of members who are interested in creating startups and bringing innovation mentality to all aspects of their careers. We're building this community by hosting entrepreneurship workshops and speaker events with innovators in the tech industry. We're also encouraging discussion about news involving tech startups and innovations. All of this and more is happening in our ACM Discord server, so be sure to join with the link on the screen, acmurl.com/innovatedisc. For this quarter, we have quite a few different events planned. We'll be hosting a speaker event during week 7, and it'll likely be with Jimmy Su. He's a very active entrepreneur who's worked on multiple ventures, so his experience brings him a very unique perspective on all aspects of entrepreneurship, and he'll be sharing that with us, so definitely check it out. We also have planned a new 6-part workshop series that's designed to help attendees learn and improve on a variety of entrepreneurial skills. This includes workshops on collaborating, prototyping, conducting user interviews, pitching, and more. And all of this is designed to help you on your side projects as you go. And of course, we're planning to host social events on our Discord server, so be sure to stay on the lookout for those event announcements. In addition to our events this quarter, we will be launching Innovate Projects, a first of its kind 8-week program where participants will learn the essentials of product development and how to iterate on a business idea. Participants will get support from mentors via weekly check-ins with other teams, in addition to weekly workshops that will cover fundamentals in business and product development. Through the program, participants will be able to develop and iterate on a minimum viable product for an idea, coherently pitch the product with a pitch deck, and assess the business viability of their product. Innovate Projects is not code intensive and includes a bit of a bit more of a business focus, but you'll still be able to code and use your individual skill sets to contribute to your team and build the best possible MVP. Now, the last announcement I have for Innovate is that applications have opened for the 2021-22 Innovate Board. The roles we have available are the workshop director, who will be in charge of creating and hosting Innovate workshops, the talk manager, who will be tasked with arranging and hosting speaker events, and the community manager, who will be hosting social events and moderating the Discord server. You can find more information on the application at the link listed acmurl.com/apply-innovate, and that's due on April 19th at 11:59. If you're interested in helping grow ACM Innovate, make sure to apply. All right, that's all I have for ACM Innovate updates, so I'll hand it off to Bryce to talk about upcoming events.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Bryce here. I'm going to be talking about upcoming event that ACM is going to be doing. We're really excited for what the upcoming event slate that we've got for y'all. So let's go through and let's see what we've got in store. All right, so first off, we have a lot of socials that are upcoming. Socials are the core of what we do at ACM, bringing the community together, allowing everyone to make new friends, especially in this time of quarantine when we still have to stay home. We're especially active on Discord. We've got socials like we're going to be playing Uno, we're going to be having a game night, we're going to be playing Pop Tropica, we're going to be having a cooking night, we're going to be playing League of Legends, and we're going to be playing categories. And that's just in the next 2 weeks. So imagine what we've got planned for the rest of the quarter. We've got a really exciting event slate lined up for y'all, and we're really hoping that you'll come out and enjoy all of these fun socials that we've got. We've also got a lot of other things that we're planning too, not just socials. So for example, our Starting from Scratch series is something that we're going to be doing this quarter. Starting from Scratch is specifically a workshop series that it's going to be how to start networking during your quarter. So what we're going to be talking about is how to get started as a first-generation student at UCSD and computing. So it's going to be on April 1st from 4 to 5:30 p.m. And this is going to be a 3-part workshop series every Thursday at that time for 3 weeks. So we really hope that you can come out to these workshops and kind of learn how it is to get started as a first-generation student, if this is something that applies to you. We hope this is something that's really going to help out our community. And finally, we're going to have a social hour on Discord, Tuesdays at 1 p.m. weekly. So come out to Discord, come out just to hang out, to chill, play games, play puzzles, just to relax, maybe whatever, so just relax on Discord. We're really excited to continue using Discord as a way for our community to get together, to really showcase what our community can do for each other. And we're really excited out of all the activity that we've had on Discord over the past couple months and this time of quarantine. The community's really come together, and that's something we're so happy about. And we're excited to continue our social hours every week on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Next, I'm going to be handing it off to Stanley so he can talk about Acm Projects.
Hey everyone, I'm Stanley from Acm Projects. Unfortunately, once again, I cannot show my face because of strange streaming setups, but I'll be talking about our quarter-long project team system. This quarter, we changed it up a little bit so that if you apply under this exact link to acmurl.com/spring projects, you'll apply under almost all of the other communities. So you can apply for Acm AI, Acm Hack, Acm Innovate, and most recently, Acm Design, under this exact same form. That doesn't mean you need to apply to all of them. You can select underneath the form which ones you want to apply to. We just conglomerated it all into one form so that would be easier for everyone. So if you want to hear a little bit more, there's way more information in the form, so please fill it out. The deadline for this application will be next Friday, I believe. Not only this, we have an application for mentorship. If you think that you can aid in any way, whether that be design, leadership, or coding, feel free to apply as a mentor. It will be pretty low effort and low stakes. You have to host like these office hours once a week for an hour, attend some meetings, but really it's going to be a fulfilling process for everyone involved. And Winter Project Showcase. Come through this Wednesday, 6 to 7:30 p.m. to get a little bit more information about the project system and to also check out all the projects that Acm AI, Acm Hack, and Acm General have made this past quarter. On the form specifically, we ask whether or not you attend Winter Project Showcase, but feel free to start applying right now. And yeah, I think we'll release the application a little bit more, and show a lot more of the details during showcase. So please come through. All right, I'm going to jump back to recruitment with Casey.
Hi, I'm back. I'll be talking about our recruitment cycle that's happening early spring. So just like all the community orgs, we need to repopulate our board because people are graduating, people are retiring. So this is your opportunity to join the ACM team for the 2021 to 2022 school year. And the applications are opening tonight, and we'll have the link to it in the next couple of slides. But yeah, you can also, my next thing was applications will be closing on the 10th at 11:59 p.m. So you have a couple of weeks to apply, and we'll go over the next few reasons why I think you should apply to board. So first, you can gain leadership experience, which is very valuable during interviews and just being a cool person. You also work in a team of really motivated and passionate people. I've made so many friends being on ACM board, and I really, really recommend that y'all join. And I think you won't regret it because you'll meet cool people too. You can also develop your technical and soft skills depending on what role you get. It's really based on what role you choose, but whatever you do, you will be developing those skills and being able to share the knowledge with other people. And that also goes into making impact on the computing community. You'll be helping out your fellow peers with just learning a new skill or finding out about different opportunities that ACM has. And I think that's a really rewarding thing to do. And the last thing is you get to make new friends, whether that's on the board or just as part of the ACM membership base. You get to meet so many different people, and I think it's just like a really nice thing to be part of a student org and get to be able to meet all these different people. And some friendships will last beyond college. And if that didn't convince you, we'll probably be in person next year, fingers crossed. And if you click next, you can see how much fun it is to be in person. Don't you want to join these people? Yeah, I think you do. So next, all the positions are open on our board. You can join any of these teams and learn everything you want to know about them and find all of the application links at that one URL, acmurl.com/elections. So be sure to visit that link. You can find out like what each person does, like a small description of all their responsibilities. And so yeah, I really recommend just like going through it, seeing what might potentially interest you and apply to a bunch of different positions because you never know what you might get. There's no like baseline requirements for what you need to have done or have accomplished. And so I really recommend apply. And of course, all the community orgs have talked about their applications as well. So we just included the extra slide if you need to find all the links really quickly. But also apply to those. We have a few board members who are in the boards of multiple ACM orgs. So it's totally doable. There's different levels of time commitment. So yeah, try that out if you're interested. And last thing, since this was a pretty brief overview, we'll be having an info session about what all of these roles do on Sunday at 2 to 3 p.m. It'll be on Discord, so it's pretty casual and you can just show up, watch our stream. We'll be talking about more specifics about like what the roles do and showing off more like concrete, tangible output from different roles. And you can meet people who you can DM if you have questions about the different roles there. And the last thing is a little bit more of a serious topic, but we released a statement about a week ago about anti-Asian hate that is not new, but we've been hearing about it a lot in the news. And it's a topic that has had a lot of impact on a lot of board members in particular. And so we wanted to do something to just give back and help out the victims of people who have experienced anti-Asian hate. And so if anyone has any sort of like even $2 who you can contribute to our fundraiser, we'll be passing all of the donations to the Asian Americans Advancing Justice in Atlanta, which was recently hit really hard. And so we would really appreciate it if you could donate as well and hit our $500 goal. But yeah, please contribute if you can. And of course, if you haven't entered the raffle yet, please do so. We are collecting resumes in the form. So we'll be passing every single resume that we receive to Optiver, and that'll give you priority consideration for their next internship cycle. So if you want an internship, this might be really helpful for you. And of course, we're also doing drawings for names for winners. And we'll leave the entries open a little bit longer. So if y'all want to like clean up your resume or have a little bit extra time to enter, we will email out the winners soon after the end of kickoff. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much everything we had prepared for you all. So thank you for coming out. Thank you for sitting through our presentation. And we really want to interact with you all. So we have an after social prepared on Discord. If you come to the